Hi guys, I'm Anita and I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be about the most anticipated releases of 2020 that I have. This year I have 15 books on this list and they are pretty widely spread out over the first half of the year. I don't have very many from the last half of the year, so we'll see how that goes. But I kind of want to make a challenge out of this year to make sure that I actually read these 15 books. I don't know exactly how, but I will figure something out soon. But let's get into them chronologically and why I'm excited about them. The first two books are from January, and the first one that's coming out in January is Come Tumbling Down by Seanan McGuire. I read the first 4 books, really enjoyed them, so I'm definitely also excited to read the 5th one, and I will definitely get it pretty soon after its release date. The other one I have is Agency by William Gibson. This one I'm a little bit more unsure whether I'll like it, but I think if I remember correctly it's something to do with an AI or something, but I could have mixed it up with something else. In February, one of my most anticipated for sure reads of the year is Hollowpox, The Hunt for Morrigan Crow, and this is the 3rd book in the Nevermore series, and I cannot wait to read on with this series. The 2nd book was so good, and it has so many ways places it can go. In March, I have 3 books that comes out that I'm excited about. The first one is When We Were Magic by Sarah Gailey. I've read 2 books by Sarah Gailey, but I've never read anything else than that. But I'm interested in trying to read something else from her. I forgot what this one is about exactly, but I remember being intrigued by the plot and the fact that I know the author and I know how she's writing. It makes it more easy for me to pick it up. The 5th book I have on my list of most anticipated reads is If I Never Met You by Mhairy McFarlane. This is I think a romance book, and I was interested in trying to mix up the genres a little bit, and I actually am interested in reading this one, so it will be one of the romance anticipated books. Actually, there are 4 books from March. The next book I have on my list of most anticipated is The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. This is an urban fantasy book that N.K. Jemisin is publishing, and I haven't read anything urban fantasy from her before, but I've definitely read from her before because I read the Broken Earth trilogy. I'm very interested in seeing how she's doing in a sort of urban fantasy setting, and for that reason I wanted to check out this book for sure. And the last book that comes out in March that I'm really excited about is Smoke Bitten by Patricia Briggs, the next coming book in the Mercy Thompson series. I'm almost caught up now, as you know, so I'm definitely looking forward to the new year when I can dig into this book. I cannot wait to be caught up and be excited about this new release that comes out next year. In April, I have 3 exciting books that comes out. The first one is Peace Talks by Jim Butcher. Definitely one of my absolute most anticipated books of the year because I've waited for the sequel for only a couple of years because I caught up to the series last year, but I know a lot of people have been waiting and waiting and waiting for this release. So I'm very excited that it's coming and I cannot wait to read this one. Another book that I'm very excited about is another sequel, and that is Shorefall by Robert Jackson Bennett, the 2nd book in the Founder series. The first book was Founder Side. I really, really loved it. It's one of my favorite reads of the year, and I cannot wait to read on in the series and see what's going to happen. The last book that comes out in April that I'm very, very excited about is Plan for the Worst by Jodi Taylor, the 11th book in the Chronicles of St. Mary series. I'm so also like in the middle of the 10th book right now, so I'm really looking forward to getting to get caught up and get ready for this one, and I feel like it's gonna be a great book. In May, I have one book on, and that is Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. That I've read the other 2 books that she's written, and I really enjoy them. They're really fast reads, and so for that reason I want to read more of hers, so I thought it was a pretty easy book to put on this list. In June, I have 2 books on the list. The first one is My Calamity Jane, which is the 3rd and final book in the Lady Janie series, which the first one I really, really enjoyed. The second one was a little bit meh. The first one was a retelling of Lady Jane Grey, and the second one was a retelling of Jane Eyre that I didn't really like as much, nearly as much. And the third one is, I don't know exactly who that one is about, but I'll let you know when I read it. The 13th book on this list that I want to read is Curse of the Night Witch by Alex Aster. I think this is middle grade, if I remember correctly. And in July, I have one book that comes out that I'm very, very excited about, and that is The Relentless Moon by Mhairy Robinette Kowall. This is the third book in the Lady Astronaut series, and I'm looking forward to reading on in this series. The first two books were amazing, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this world will be from some of the other characters' perspective. Yeah, I cannot wait to read on. And finally, the last book I have on this list is in December 2020. I thought this was gonna come out this year because it's been on December 2019 for so long, but it's changed to December 2020 on Goodreads, so I figure it's on this list now, and that is Hollow Empire by Sam Hawke, the sequel to City of Lies, which I read last year and pretty much enjoy, so I'm interested in reading the sequel and see where this goes. So those are the 15 books that I have on my most anticipated reads. Are any of these books on your TBR for next year and most anticipated reads for this next year? Or do you have some other books that I haven't mentioned that you're really looking forward to reading? Definitely let me know about that in comments. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very, very soon. Goodbye.